Fox News is now running propaganda for North Korea. If you don't believe me, check out this segment that they recently did that had absolutely no news value whatsoever.
Turns out Kim Jong Un is quite the romantic. The North Korean dictator taking his wife on a tour of a fish pickling factory. State media releasing the photos to showcase what the rogue regime considers its economic strength. They did the same thing in 2014 when Kim visited a lubricant factory and when he visited a plant that makes potato starch. Let's look at your headlines. I'll send it back to you.
The softer side.
Very romantic. Very romantic. A fish factory.
The last couple of times you've seen him, it's been out with the people, talking manufacturing, not with the missiles.
And he's wearing a T-shirt and a belt. And is that?
Look at this guy.
Yeah. Normally we see him.
Looks like he's on vacation.
Yeah, those come in packs of 3. Hanes.
Oh my God.
What was that? What was the news value of talking about a dictator going to a fish pickling plant with his wife? How romantic. Okay, like, first of all, this is a smaller point, but I gotta get it out of the way. Like, let's put aside the fact that this guy is a dictator who has concentration camps throughout his country, okay, who brutalizes his own people. Let's put that aside for a second. Even if he wasn't that, you really think taking your wife to a fish pickling plant is romantic? What is wrong with you?
I was thinking, does fish pickling have a second meaning?
And she wrapped up that segment with, and that's a look at your headlines. That's a headline? Really? That's what Americans should know about? That was, and then Ainsley Earhart or whatever the hell her name is, right? He's wearing a shirt and a hat. Wow, good job, congratulations. You're such a great reporter. This is pathetic. What was that?
Okay, so if I'm being super kind to them, I say, well, they were joking about how it was romantic and they were laughing, etc. But Anna's right. Why did you run that story? Everybody that's in news has a production meeting where you decide which stories you're gonna run. Why did you decide to do a fawning piece about a dictator out of nowhere? And then you had such little things to say about it that you started saying, look, a T-shirt and a belt.
This is crazy.
What? Why is that a new story? Yes, he has a T-shirt and a belt like other human beings. So now, if they'd always been pro-dictator, by the way, communist dictator, I can understand. I can't. I don't know why you would be. Okay, but from what I understand, they don't like communism or socialism. They say it all the time. And then when it comes to people like Maduro in Venezuela, oh, Maduro, Venezuela, communist, almost a dictator. I can't believe it, right? But Anna, they never said that about Kim Jong Un before, right? Not this guy.
No, what's fascinating is that in February of this year, the very same show with the very same hosts also talked about Kim Jong Un, but there was something really different in their coverage of Kim Jong Un. Let's take a look.
Let's talk about some of the headlines that are stunning and aggravating to many people here in our country and clear-thinking people, maybe even in South Korea. They are hailing Kim Jong Un's sister, who is appearing in this Olympics, 27 years old, representing North Korea. They are calling her the Ivanka Trump of these games. Here's an example. The New York Times writes this: Kim Jong Un's sister turns on the charm, taking Pence's spotlight. Reuters says North Korea judged winner of diplomatic gold at Olympics. The Washington Post, the Ivanka Trump of North Korea captivates the people in the South.
This is the dictator's sister. This is an embarrassment. That is ridiculous. She oversees propaganda for that country, the country that enslaves people, the country that starves people. We saw what happened to Otto Warmbier.
Right. Now, keep in mind, she did make headlines by appearing in the presidential box at the opening of the Olympics. That was great. That was a step forward. And she did also, that's the image I'm talking about right
Why is that great? I don't even think she should be there.
Well, because they have a unified Korea that is appearing at the Olympics.
It's a big show.
But here's, well, it is propaganda. It's all propaganda. Newsbusters refers to her as North Korea's head of their propaganda and agitation department. And you know what? That's kind of what's happening right now.
Gee, I wonder what could have changed from February of this year to today. Why did Fox and Friends all of a sudden change its tune on Kim Jong Un and then all of a sudden run a piece that had no news value and was nothing but pro Kim Jong Un propaganda?
She said in the middle there that it was embarrassing. You know what's embarrassing? Going from a dictator who enslaves his own people and starves them too. He's wearing a t-shirt and belt. Oh, how romantic, a fish pickling factory. How Kim Jong Un? Because your beloved dictator, wannabe, came out and said, now I like Kim Jong Un. Before he was calling him Rocket Man and you were doing, ironically, propaganda, right? And by the way, I didn't love the mainstream media's coverage of Kim Jong Un back there. We're consistent on this, right? But you guys go from like, can you believe they're doing positive coverage of Kim Jong Un to da 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 Kim Jong Un, right?
So romantic. Get out of here.
Unreal. 2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below. Then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.